Hello. This is just a quick message, really. It's been a weird week energy-wise. I'm not going to belabor the point, but I've got energy problems this week, um, and a bit of that again. But anyway, the I just wanted to share some good news actually. Um, my first working deck was this one, the Radiant Wise Tarot. I made two mistakes before I bought that one. I bought the Tattoo Tarot, I don't know how that happened, but then I bought this Erte deck, and that's the world card. And so when I was learning 3 years ago, I realised that this was one that I would have to come back to because it's his artwork. It's a beautiful card, but when you're learning, you don't need that double translation. So I bought myself this one, and I got caught in the rain with it. So you can, yeah. And also, I'm going to tell it like it is. I have neighbours who like to come into my apartment whilst I'm out, and out of 78 cards, they will take one card. So I have to patchwork. Yep. I'll just show you the example. This is the one who's been sectioned. Out of 78 cards, it was a beautiful card. It was the Three of Swords actually that went missing. So I had to borrow this one from the Thelema deck because it had a similar sort of backing. So I put that one in there to go back from 77 to 78. So I had a full set of cards, full deck of cards. So that was the one I had to come back to. It's just like I share a birthday with the artist on here, so and actually some of the best Sag readings ever have come out of this deck. So when I came back to it, there's such saggy power in that deck. Now, this is not a complete deck, but getting caught in the rain and lots of use. This is a complete deck. You can see how really, and you can think, oh gosh, yeah, I got caught in the rain. I think there's about 10 cards missing from here. So if you imagine, the difference there. I can still feel, call me woo-woo if you like, it's up to you, but I can still feel the energy that's come through these cards. And now that I've reordered it and I have a new copy, the question, can I throw this one out? And I'll never be a mother, I don't think. But I know how it must feel for a mother to think, oh, when your child made you something at school when they were 6, and you think, oh. But then when you come to doing it, you think, I can't do that. Anyway, blah, 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 sentimentality aside. Now, this is for anybody who's looking to get a deck. So this is what I'm trying to say. This was my training deck, really. This is the one I learned. I cut my teeth on this one. Now, I started learning in June 2021. And I started the channel on the 23rd November 22. So I learnt for about 18 months before I thought, I can do this. And thank you for the people who I learnt from and learnt techniques. So I'm still learning techniques. And I love watching other tarot readers. Not always for the message, but for techniques and decks and what have you. There's many different reasons to watch tarot. Actually, one other thing, I led rather a quiet life, detached, because I didn't work in an office for many, many years. And the abuse of, I didn't know about the abuses of technology and fraud and stuff like that because I was well away. I was following the financial markets derivatives on the financial markets. And so I was that much away, and I didn't know about office politics. I didn't know about this, that, the other. People call me weird. That's great. But I never had to fit into an office. I've never had to get on in an office, or I've never had office party. What's that? Whoa, great. So yeah, I'm very individual because I've never had to squeeze myself into a booth anywhere. So people like to call me weird or strange or mad or whatever. Well, good. No, I'm just colourful. I'm eccentric. Good for me. Love it. So, spare your criticisms. It's just me. And I make no apology for it. I really don't. So, I'm going to interject here. Oh, yes. So the way I learn, I won't mention names because I know that when I say people's names, they can get a few problems online. So there was one fantastic reader, the first reader I ever saw, and I used to pause their videos, turn my head upside down, and recreate the cards that came out. And so it's not just one card, it's sort of like bunny hopping from card. The ability to blend, they're not just cards. The card triggers a feeling or an emotion in somebody who's and then you blend those together and it comes out as a translation. Sometimes you think, well, actually not in this setting, it's not that, it's more that. And that's the craft of doing this. I just want to say, this is going to be a bit bitty. I watched a beautiful young reader earlier on, and I better say they are so skilled, very intuitive, very psychic, and cards were coming out, and they said, hang on a minute, picked up another deck and said, I'm just going to check that because when when you're feeling it but you haven't actually explained to the screen or the people watching why you've chosen to go that way, so you get another deck out and you qualify it or clarify it. And what they had been saying, shuffled, the card came out and they went, yeah, and it was exactly, it's something, it's one thing laying cards out and going, yeah, and sort of threading it through, but then to actually go off piste and say something, and then the card comes out afterwards to qualify what you've been, that's another level, and it's beautiful to see people when that happens, because when it first happens to you, whoa, and you want to dance around the room and go, what just happened there? What happened there? And then you get on top of it and you think, oh yeah, it happens all the time. But it never takes you become more modest about it, because you're like, whoa, and you want to do something. Then you think, I better not go too Tom Cruise on Oprah's sofa about things all the time, and so you tone it down. But it doesn't stop that flash of excitement from upstairs coming into you, thinking, and people get an itchy nose or an itchy ear, or their eyes just flash, or you get those goosebumps, or you just feel a thing on your shoulder going, yeah, you're on the right track. So you know to continue reading in that way. And I watched somebody do a reading like that today. Actually, I teared. I mean, I don't care. I teared up when I was going, good for you. Good for you. You nailed that, and you know you nailed it, but you just wanted to clarify. And then based on that, this person doesn't give much away facially, and I really admire that. But then they were looking down at the cards, and they'd actually said, this scenario makes me feel that. And when that came, it's almost like they were telling these cards off for the energy that was coming to that, and then comments came out, and I thought, yeah, you're absolutely bang on right. And love you, I really do. And I just thought, yeah, you are so modest, but very powerful. And with great power comes great responsibility. And you, if this person ever watches this, you dealt with that beautifully. But it gave you that. Go on. And then you actually you expanded on how you were feeling. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to that reader. They will know who they are if they see this. Anyway, blah. So, because it's my Saggy birthday coming up, and the anniversary of me launching this channel 2 years ago, I thought I felt half naked without being able to use this deck, because I love this deck. It's not the clearest deck. Some of the faces are a bit like, but it's the deck where my heart is. This is my home deck. This is my go-to deck, and I haven't been able to use it really for, is it a year? It might even be 2 years, but I've always had it around because I couldn't get rid of it. And another little side street here. Is that going on? Yes, it is. I don't do jealousy. I count myself among the most fortunate people on the planet because I don't do jealousy. It doesn't occur to me. And with me not being able to use this because it's incomplete, I noticed readers on YouTube. It started, I think, maybe June, July time. I noticed a couple of the readers that I really like, they started using this deck again. I was like, and I felt there's something missing in your life. There's something missing in your life. And then I noticed more and more and more people using the deck, and I was like, and it got to the point I thought, well, I'm going to buy myself a little to me from me birthday present, and it arrived today. So now, Marlena Shaw did a song about she always wanted a fur coat, and I discovered credit, and I bought myself a nice fur coat without pockets. Meaning, obviously, she'd saved, she hadn't blown the budget. But so this is my tarot deck without pockets, because buying it from a UK website, it's the French version, and it was £8 cheaper. So instead of being £25, 26, maybe no, £26, it was £9. It was £17. En français. C'est le français. Well, the French pictures are the same as the English pictures. But when you know what they mean, it doesn't really matter. So I saved myself. I'm saving it for pockets. And these are the aces. Oh, I didn't know that the French for ace was as. So you've got as de denier, ace of pentacles, if you're Greek. You've got as de coupe, as de bâton. I think for the advanced group, you've got as d'épée, ace of swords. Oh, and for the more special interest group, you've got a 10 d'épée. Isn't that an amazing card? I used to dread that card coming out, but it's the card before. I mean, there's that one before, isn't it? That's in that pulled out there. This At least with that card, the sun's coming up because it's the end of the cycle. You know, in the 70s, you used to get a pineapple or a grapefruit, cover it in tin foil and put cocktail seeds with cheese and like grapes or something, and they look like a hedgehog. It looks like a 70s sort of cheese and nibbles kind of decoration. This one, there is no light there whatsoever, is there? Beautifully designed card, Pixie. Beautifully. The darkest card in tarot. Anywho, but it arrived today. I'm so happy. So we're June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, for about 5 months, I've been watching other people use this deck and sort of going, I shall enjoy the message, but I can't look at the cards. Excuse my voice. But actually, I'm about to go into a 3rd year for the channel, for this channel anyway, and by watching this, you will have to understand that this is my protest channel where all the weird shit that happens to me gets dumped. The good stuff is on the other channel, the positive stuff is on the other channel. So you watch this at your own peril, really. I think I've made that abundantly clear. But I would like to say thank you to the readers who've just knocked me into leaving me no alternative to replace this, because actually I feel complete again. And it sounds slightly ridiculous, but this is where I learnt, you know. It's almost like a school reunion for me, you know. And it got to the point where it was irresistible or inescapable to actually do it. But I think I'm going to have to keep that. Anyway, jealousy though, and I challenged myself and questioned myself, am I jealous because they've got my favourite deck and I haven't? I thought, no. Because actually I admired them using it, and they look good on screen. These cards look good on screen. Obviously there are much more modern decks with great graphics and stuff, but there's nothing like the good, you know. Jealousy, and it made me think about, am I jealous because they've got? No, actually, no, because it didn't take anything away from those readings. Maybe I couldn't watch sometimes. I thought I didn't have the money to order it, and so this has been beautiful because I'll say on Amazon, I don't know about in anywhere else, but in Amazon UK, there's basically this £10 discount if you get the French version at the moment. And I've got to watch my money at the moment, so I thought I can't, round about my birthday, with a £10 discount, there's no reason I can't, if I breathe in a little bit, and actually it's going to bring me so much happiness and sense of completion going back to, yeah, my base deck. I thought for £17 it's not. But I would like to thank TMH for not giving me a jealousy bone in my body. It must be terrible for people. But I don't get it. I had to learn jealousy. I can look at something and think, oh, that's nice. Or I can look at somebody enjoying something or getting something. I thought, oh, good for them. Well done, you. And I enjoy watching people, seeing people enjoy what they've got. If somebody looks good in an outfit, okay, that looks great. Good for you. Good for you. Not bad for me. But good for you. And sometimes I over-compliment people. I know I do, but sometimes my mouth runs away with me before I think, oh, well done, yeah. Nice one. There you go. Office politics virgin here. I don't care, because actually a lot of times people go, or if they're sort of going and actually being quite coy about it, you go, hey, it was good for you. And if someone's been, if you see somebody trying something on in the shop, and they're oh, someone, and if you can just go, that looks great, just compliment. You can make a difference in something, and to me that's magic. Just one, and you don't have to hang around for conversation. You go, oh hey, that looks great, and move on. If you can make a positive impact on people's lives like that, why not? Rather than this misery and complaining and doing people down all the time. I can understand jealousy in so much that if you constantly see somebody with something or doing something that you would want to do, but you feel as though you can't do it, or you can't approach them to ask them, can you give me any shortcuts or any guidance or what have you, if you're not that kind of person, I can understand how that could build up in some people, especially over time, and make that person want to detract. But no, this is the bit. I don't see how you not having something makes you want to destroy somebody else's enjoyment of it. I've learned that it happens, but I that's my faulty circuitry there, because the two things don't have to happen. They don't have to come together. And jokingly over the summer I started saying, why don't we have a little pop-up things of jealousy clinics? Because if people are feeling jealous, go and get 10 minutes of counselling. Just have expressed jealousy counselling in little kiosks somewhere, I don't know. But it's the source of so much nastiness, so much vicious stuff. It's almost like, go to a little jealousy confessional somewhere, because it's one of the deadly sins. And if we could jealousy, the world would be a much nicer place. Anyway, I think I've covered quite a few things here. Excuse my croaky voice. But I just wanted to say thank you to the people who encouraged me to keep going with tarot. And I'll be using this new super duper, brand new sprinkly sparkly deck. So the moth-eared. Well, I haven't used that one in a long, long time. And thank you for the people who stoked enough desire in me to want to replace it, because my heart will always be in this deck, and it feels like my heart has come home today, and it's made me very, very happy. It's been a bit of a rough couple of weeks, but isn't it amazing? If you don't mind the French version and you don't mind skipping a couple of meals, actually you can you can treat yourself to a little bit of happiness. But thank you, Amazon, for doing the discount too. Anyway, take good care, and all the best. Take care.